Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Dose. Nun, nasata v'natata be'emuna. The Gemara in Shabbos, as we've discussed, talks about the questions you're asked after 120 when you go up to Shamayim to be judged by the heavenly court. And we talked about kavata itim laTorah. We've talked about a question that you're asked, like the second question is, did you set aside time to study Torah? We've talked about tzipisa liyeshua. Did you hope for the salvation? That's the third question, maybe the fourth, whatever. The first question is, were you honest in business? Were you a good person? It's very nice that you kept Shabbos and kosher and you davened and you said brachos, and maybe you even gave tzedakah. But were you honest? Did people know that when they spoke to you, what you see is what you get, and what you get is what you see, and that your word means something, and your word is gold, and your handshake is a handshake, and when you sign in the dotted line, you really meant it? Because those laws apply just as much, some might say even more. Those laws apply just as much as the laws of the Torah and the rabbis. Why? Because we know dina de malchus dina. Not just, the laws of the environment you live in, the law of the state is the law, but it's actually more than that. Right? Think about our obligations to be an or lagoyim, to be a light unto the nations. Think about our obligations to set a standard of Kiddush Hashem, to live a life of sanctity, of elevation. Think of what we're looking for in life, right? The greatest keter, they say. I'm sure it'll be another pikam along the way. The keter shem tov oleh al gabehen. The crown, there are crowns of Torah, and there's crowns of royalty, and there's crowns of kahuna, but the crown of a good name is the tops. Is your name a good name? Well, how do you develop that? Nasata v'natata be'emuna. Were you honest in business? Were you ehrlich? It's a good Yiddish word. It means were you yashar? Not just were you frum. Were you ehrlich? Are you straight? Are you upright? Are you a moral and ethical person that people can count on and rely on to know that you get it, that you understand what's important in life, and how to act and behave and conduct yourself in all spheres of life, not just in shul, but in the marketplace as well. There's a famous story about a certain Maggid who used to travel around from town to town, and one day he goes into the Vilna Gaon, and the great Rebbe Eliyahu Kramer of Vilna, and the Vilna Gaon says, "Give me Musar." And the guy said, how could I give you Musar? How could I give Musar to everyone, to regular folks? I can't give it to you. You're the Vilna Gaon. He says, no, give me Musar. And he says, it's very nice that you're the Vilna Gaon and the Beis Medrash. But could you be the Vilna Gaon if you had to go out to work every day, if you had to be in the marketplace? And the Vilna Gaon started crying. I might have told that story already before. It's so poignant because there are real tests out there. There are real challenges that we have every single day. Those are the ones that people don't see. But that's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's what God sees. And I'm going to take this to the next level. Nasata v'natata be'emuna. Did you give and take in faith? When things happen, when everything goes on around us, did we engage with it with a lens, with eyes, with a mindset of faith? What does Hashem want from me? What does Hashem expect from me? How can this make me a better person and a better Jew? Have a great one.